Okay, hello. The time has ticked over to 1 o'clock, so I will begin, and for those that are late, they shall be late. But thank you ever so much for joining us today for the launch of NextGen Planner's Blast Off program. I'm hugely excited with this. It's going to be so good. I'm really excited to share all the details with you today. NextGen Planners, for those of you that don't know us, we are a group around about 350 odd collective people across the UK, from across financial planning, paraplanning, administration, providers, absolutely everything, who come together to help each other out on a daily basis and to help make this industry and profession that little bit better. We all help lift one another up, and this is what Blast Off will do too. Hopefully this will lift you to new heights. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, cool. So, Blast Off. If you have clicked on a Zoom link to join a webinar for yoga or something like that, you are in the wrong place. This is what we will be talking about today, specifically these two areas of what Blast Off covers. Blast Off covers people who want to launch or have recently launched their own brand new financial planning firm. So you may have just, and that's whether it's directly authorized via a network, whatever it is, but it's, if you're looking down any of those routes, or perhaps have just gone down those routes, this is going to be the thing for you in order to get all your ducks in a row and become an even better version. Number two, and really crucially, I feel, is to grow the business and personal skills that you need to excel as an entrepreneur, that you need to excel as a financial planning owner, and that you need to just grow and develop and get even better. So that is what Blast Off entails mainly. Now let's just get into a little bit of background on it. So this was me. It's not obviously actually me. That would be pretty cool if it was, right? But this was me in 2015. A lonely IFA in my back bedroom. I decided to set up a directly authorized firm at 28, went it alone, had no idea what I was doing, had a super compliance consultant, and that was about it. Since then, I've made an awful lot of mistakes, done an awful lot of cool things as well. But one thing that I have learned is that this is very difficult to do on your own. It's very difficult to launch a firm and get it right on your own without the help of others. And the beauty is in the cohort. The beauty is in the group of people around you. And that's been proven at NextGen Planners over the years. And it'll be proven with this program too. We want you to understand that you don't have to be alone in launching a business. You can have the support that you require, but you can also go through it with all of the people who are doing very similar things. So a cohort of people all launching firms together. We think that that leads to better results, and as has proven with lots of NextGen stuff in the past, that has worked. So look, we're really excited to bring this first cohort to you of Blast Off. So that personal experience, plus the peer feedback that you get from others, but also the peer feedback that we've gained from NextGen over the past 5 years. So I've been speaking to so many people throughout the past few months or so, asking them that if we were going to do something like this, what would it require? That personal experience plus that feedback, we believe we've created something great. Okay. So how does it actually all work? Well, there is a defined structure to it. It is a 52-week mixed focus program. And as I mentioned previously, 50% of this is focused on your business. It's on launching an awesome financial planning firm, having your client proposition nailed, absolutely everything, absolutely perfect, nailed, amazing, bigger, better businesses. But 50% of it is focused on you and on upskilling you and on overcoming loads of different obstacles personally to become better versions of yourself. Ultimately, we feel that businesses win or lose with who's running them. And if we can improve that person who's running them, then the business wins too. So what does that look like? Well, I'm just going to give you an example of the first 6 weeks. By the way, if you want, we have got the full weekly schedules for the full 52 weeks. If you do want to see those, go through to interview stage at the end, and we'll provide that to you prior to interview stage. Here's week 1 to 6. Okay, so every single week we will focus on a different topic. On a Monday morning, you will get an email to your inbox, and you will also have content uploaded to the brand new Blast Off site as well, which we're very excited to share with you soon as well. So that's cool. That's just in the workings. The first week is a business topic. The second week, an entrepreneur topic, business topic, entrepreneur topic, and so on. First of all, that's not a mistake there. Vision, mission, and values being copied across the first 2 weeks. We believe that those are the fundamental parts of running any business and succeeding personally as well. So we will show you how to attain all of those things and go through them, both for the business first, but then for yourself second too. That content, by the way, will come through an email. Like I said, will also be uploaded to the site. It will come through a blog format, video format. It will have key learning outcomes and actions for you to take on that as well. 19 Thursdays out of the 52, there will be further group sessions. So that's just over 1 in every 3 weeks. We will have additional group sessions. I'll come on to what those entail just shortly after I move on from this slide. But those are set at 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. So that is just a bit more flexible for people who want to do this within working hours or who want to do this outside of working hours, because we completely understand sometimes that work does take precedent. Okay. And then you'll see on the right-hand side the individual session. So I'm going to come on to, again, more detail in this very, very shortly. But those individual sessions are one-to-ones with a coach, and they are monthly one-to-ones. They're just a little bit more frequent at the start because we want to get to know you just that little bit better. But the monthly one-to-ones are going to be an hour long, again, evenings, daytimes, whatever suits you. And here's some more detail on that part just coming up. So the areas covered: culture and people, systems and processes, marketing, everything on the screen there. Absolutely everything that you can imagine that you need to be able to run a successful financial advice business. This is run by people who have done this and run by people who are doing this. We understand the challenges, and we're really hoping to help you guys out in terms of going your own way, doing your own thing. So let's touch on all of those things in just a little bit more detail. Those one-to-ones, first of all. You will have a coaching session with an engineer. By the way, yeah, there's tons of space references. I'm sorry, not sorry, you know what I mean. To discuss any matters that are important to you or your business. It is not a session to tell you what to do. We are not in the game of this. It should be done that way. There's only one way. Blah, blah is the enemy, yada, yada, yada. We're not in that game at all. It is not about telling you what to do. It's about asking you great questions so that you can come up with the solutions yourself and give you some guidance and some support through what could be difficult business times, personal times, and everything you need, again, to succeed. Like I said, evenings are cool, daytime's cool, whatever suits you. Every meeting starts with a progress update. You'll be sent coaching notes, which will be uploaded at the end of every single session to review, that will have all the action points on, etc., and we'll start with progress. We understand that by giving loads and loads of really cool content to do these things is great, is one thing, but accountability is the main thing. As it is with our clients, we will hold you accountable to your actions. The one downside, I don't know why that's a tick, that should be a cross, it's with me, I'm afraid. So, hey, I'm your coach. The group sessions. So 19 group sessions, like I mentioned, on that Thursday PMs. Some of those masterclasses on the screen there include things like a pricing masterclass, the stratospheric marketing, propositional ones, onboarding and growth. These will be delivered both by the NextGen board and also some external help too that we've got in. Believe me when I say this stuff is absolutely top notch. It's really, really good. The other group sessions we have are what are called, what are known within NextGen, and some of you may have been on them before, as Power Hours, rebranded for the sake of this as T-8 minutes, because hey, it's more space puns, right? The idea of those sessions is that you bring along a problem. That can be personal, it can be business problem, it can be absolutely anything. And you've got a maximum of 8 minutes to discuss with your peers that problem. And amongst yourselves, try and come up with a solution to it. So when we've done these in the past, great examples of things that have been tackled have been things like staff bonus schemes, client retention strategies, what to do with lower value clients, all that kind of things. We just find that having really focused work in an 8-minute period amongst peers gets stuff done. So these sessions work so well. Probably the bit that I'm most excited about is something called the asteroid belt. And I know that if you saw this on the website, you'll have just been going, no idea what they're talking about. They're just doing ridiculous space puns again. Yes, we are. These are in week 21 and week 47. Now, these sessions are awesome. I've been through these before in a different life, and they're absolutely superb. So you're basically going to be grilled by a panel of 3 people. The 3 people include myself, an angel investor, and another business expert. Now, what happens is for an hour, you start the hour off by doing a 4-minute pitch, which within the program, we teach you how to do a proper 4-minute pitch. That's a 4-minute pitch of yourself and your business. We purposely structure this meeting, and it's as if you're looking for investment, okay? And the reason that we structure it like this is that firms that gain investment or who are looking for investment have got their ducks in a row. They have got their shit together, okay? Both personally, both professionally. So what we do is for that hour is we challenge you. We challenge you on your pitch, and we challenge you on everything about you, everything about your business. And it brings out an awful lot of weaknesses. There's some very difficult questions in there. It can feel a bit harsh at times. You do come out feeling a bit battered and bruised, but it does make you stronger. It does make your business stronger, and it increases your confidence in the long term having gone through this type of process. Trust me when I say your asteroid belt in week 47 will be entirely different to your one in week 21. It's an awesome experience to go through, and I know it may sound a bit harsh, but we are quite nice, and it's just a really helpful thing in order to get a bigger and better business and a bit bigger and better version of yourself too. So flight plan and papers, we're really stretching the metaphor now. That vision, mission, and vision, mission, and values for you and your business, as we talked about at the start. I'm going to show you an awesome way to do business planning as well. Not these 20-page documents that you write and then shove in a drawer, they collect dust and you never look at ever again. Really iterative, interactive ways of dealing with business plans that we think work absolutely perfectly. We'll teach you through all that. We're going to include tons of things like event scripts for events you want to run, marketing documents like sales aids for account solicitors, templated documents, strategy documents, absolutely everything that you need to help support your firm. We're there right for you. So that's all the businessy bits, but what about you and what we call you 2.0? And a lot of this starts and ends with you and the person that you can become. And a lot of businesses start and fail with the people behind them. We have a mentality at NextGen, which we talk about with members all the time. We talk about at board level all the time, which is always learning. And we're of the firm belief that if you're not always learning, you should probably retire. Go do something else, because we should always be upskilling. We should always be learning. And some of the upskilling examples that I put on there, we'll teach you about personal brands, social media, and dealing with mental health, which is a massive part of running a business. Kicking imposter syndrome, I mean, that's just such a huge thing in itself. We've got some external experts in to look after entrepreneurial mindset and how to change your mindset to become more entrepreneurial. And probably one of my favorite bits is that how to pitch. So how to do a 60-second pitch and how to do a 4-minute pitch. So that when the next time you get asked that question, what do you do? You've got an answer that doesn't sound like some robot rigid-y thing script that comes off the top of your head, but something that eventually comes so naturally to you and sounds great and delivers on all the key points, like hook and value and all that kind of thing. We will teach you how to pitch, and it's going to help you increase your confidence in what you do in your business hugely. I guarantee you that. Accountability. Like I said, when we were going through the market research for this, when we were going through the peer research for this, talking to loads and loads of people, the same thing kept coming out, which is there's so much good content out there around, you know, we can all read the best books, we can all go on these courses, whatever else. And if you do what I do, you go to an event, you see all this cool stuff, you write down the notes, and then they disappear in a drawer, because nobody's holding me accountable to implement that stuff. We know that there has to be huge accountability for this to be able to work. and for you to get the most out of this. So that accountability comes threefold. It comes from your Blastoff engineer, me, holding you accountable to things you say you're going to do and doing them. It comes from your fellow astronauts, so the people who are with you on that cohort. Like I said, the strength is in the cohort. The strength is in all lifting each other up and holding each other accountable. I should also say at this point that evidently we will have people on Blastoff who are perhaps employed or don't want others to know that they are going down this route. At all times, strict confidentiality will apply. So that is just a huge part of this too. Also to be held accountable to your Blastoff buddy. Now, Blastoff buddy is probably the worst 3 words put together ever. But for want of thinking of anything else, and I'm open to suggestions, we can change that. That's absolutely fine. This is kind of what that's going to look like. So after a few weeks, you're going to be paired up with somebody else on the cohort. And it's not going to be somebody who's the same as you. They're not going to be at the same stage of the career, and they may have completely different skills to you. We're of the firm belief that we can all learn from one another's differences rather than our similarities. And we believe that people get more out of a partnership with somebody who is very, very different to them. So looking forward to pairing some of you up. There will be some credit and prizes for the best couples. Not like proper couples, but you know what I mean. So who's behind Blastoff? In mission control, you have myself, Rohan Sivajoti. I'm the director and head of innovation at NextGen Planners. I'm also the founder of a financial planning firm called Postcard Planning, who have an employed advisor, self-employed advisor, and an appointed representative. So I've been down all those routes, understand all of those for people wanting to talk about those things. And also a design agency for financial planners called Doc Vinci. We have Adam Owen, who is our director and head of content at NextGen Planners. Incredibly experienced consultant, one of the best trainers around, absolutely unbelievable. And until last week was PFS president. It's just given up his tenure there. We then have Adam Carolan, who's the director and head of strategy at NextGen Planners, and he's also the MD of a 7-figure financial planning business called Zenton, based in Manchester. Then we have Joe Little. Joe is the non-executive director at NextGen Planners and director of Emery Little Wealth Management and ELAR, 2 absolutely super financial planning firms on 2 different completely ends of the scale. Great brain to pick there. So you've got a great business plan, you've got an idea, but so what? And just what this course is about, really. So this is about execution, and it is about getting it done. It's about creating that blueprint for sustained success and growth, both professionally and personally. But crucially on that last point about leading the lifestyle that you want, this is something we talk about with clients all the time, right? About perhaps dropping down their hours, going and buying that camper van or whatever. I don't know about you guys, but all my clients are buying camper vans at the moment, so maybe we need to get some shares in camper van companies. But we have to take our own medicine with this, and hopefully holding you to account for some of this stuff, because of the focus, not just on your business, but personally, when those 2 things tie together, we can hopefully help you to create that lifestyle that you do want and get that work-life balance bob on. The cost, as you well know from going through the site, is £300 plus VAT per month for a 12-month period. I like to equate that to the cost of 1 half-decent client, to be honest. If that sounds good to you, the process is as follows. There is a 30-minute interview that you have with myself. Those 3 things, the main things that we will talk about in interview. We will get to know you. It's also your opportunity to get to know us too. We want to get to know your ideas and where you see yourself fitting in with this program. But thirdly, and probably the most crucial thing that we want to check, is your commitment to this. Very simply, we can't do this for 30 firms, 50 firms, 60 firms, because we can't do that justice. There's a very, very limited cohort to this, because we can't do it justice otherwise. We can't focus on too many people. It has to be small, sharp cohorts. We're doing an interview stage because, as we've seen from applications already, and the registered interest and stuff, we're going to have to do that to be able to whittle people down. So we would invite you to come to interview and to come and have a chat with me just over the next couple of weeks or so. I believe there's going to be a link put into the chat that will link you out to book in that interview as well into my diary. So that'll be super. So the key dates are to book that interview by this Friday, because we're closing applications this Friday, the 25th. So close of business Friday is your opportunity to decide whether you want to take part or not. The final interviews, the last day of interviews, will be Wednesday the 7th of October. However, you can obviously interview before then. It's just the final ones can take place then, because we're blasting off on Monday the 12th. So that will be the first day of the course. And hopefully we're really, really looking forward to seeing tons of you there. Just mega excited about this project we've been working on for a while, something that, as you can probably tell from me here, we're incredibly passionate about, and we want people to launch more small, brilliant financial planning firms, be great employees of the future, and just drive this profession to a complete another level.